Everyday habits you barely notice can quietly drain your energy and slowly wear down your muscles and joints, especially after 60. In this video, we'll break down what's really making your legs feel heavy or weak, and the simple fixes that keep you strong for years. These are things almost no one pays attention to yet. They make the difference between aging fast and staying strong for years. Have you ever noticed that after the age of 60, your legs sometimes feel heavier, weaker, or sore for no clear reason? Maybe climbing a few stairs leaves you winded, or walking around the block seems more tiring than it used to be. If so, you are not alone. These are early signs that your muscles and joints may be quietly struggling, and the reasons might surprise. Most people think staying healthy is as simple as taking vitamins or eating the right foods. And while vitamins are essential for your body, there's a catch. Taking the wrong amount or missing certain nutrients can actually contribute to weakness, joint strain, and low energy. It's not that the vitamins themselves are harmful. It's about how they are used, absorbed, and combined with your daily diet. In fact, two very common vitamins, often praised as essential for seniors, can become problematic when your body doesn't get the right balance. Too little of one or too much of the other can accelerate muscle loss, make your joints stiffer, and leave you feeling more tired than ever. The surprising part? These issues often come from what's already on your plate or in the pills you take every day. But here's the good news. By understanding exactly what to watch for, which habits to adjust, and which foods and supplements support your body, you can protect your leg strength, maintain mobility, and keep your energy high. In this video, I'm going to show you which everyday choices, both foods and supplements, might be secretly draining your strength, and what simple, practical steps can reverse the damage, improve your muscle health, and protect your independence. So, if you've ever felt that your legs aren't as strong as they used to be, or that climbing stairs, walking, or even standing for long periods has become a challenge, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to fight back and keep your legs strong, flexible, and energized for years to come. The next hidden factor is sleep quality. Not just hours in bed, but real, restorative sleep. Studies show that even when people get enough sleep by time, if the quality is poor, their body reacts as if they are chronically sleep-deprived. This leads to higher blood pressure, memory decline, and even weight gain. Poor nighttime breathing, lack of deep sleep cycles, or too much light exposure at night directly reduces lifespan. It's not about sleeping longer, it's about sleeping smarter. Here's the shocker. People over 50 who sleep fewer than 6 quality hours per night have a 33% higher risk of dementia. That's 1 in 3. And yet, fixing this often doesn't require medication. Simple adjustments, like reducing screen time before bed, lowering room temperature, or using blackout curtains, can add years of healthy brain function. So let me ask you, when was the last time you woke up feeling truly refreshed? If you can't remember, that's already a warning sign. But sleep isn't the only overlooked element. Another factor that silently controls health is hidden inflammation. Most people think inflammation only happens with an injury or infection. But the truth is, many seniors live with chronic low-grade inflammation without realizing it. This is sometimes called inflammaging. Inflammaging is when the immune system stays slightly activated all the time. It's like a fire that never goes out, small but constant. And this slow burn accelerates aging, damages arteries, and weakens the immune system. What's worse, chronic inflammation doesn't always cause pain. That's why it's often called the silent killer. Recent medical research shows that people with high inflammatory markers are twice as likely to develop heart disease and 3 times more likely to experience frailty as they age. So how do you know if you're at risk? Frequent fatigue, brain fog, joint stiffness in the morning, or slow recovery from small illnesses are all red flags. And the surprising fix isn't always in pills. It often starts with diet. Cutting down on processed sugar, avoiding trans fats, and adding foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids can calm inflammation naturally. Imagine 2 people of the same age. One eats mostly processed foods, The other focuses on whole foods and anti-inflammatory nutrition. 10 years later, the difference in their health span is massive. Which one are you moving towards? And here comes another factor almost no one talks about: muscle loss with age. It's called sarcopenia, and it starts earlier than most people think. After the age of 30, the average person loses about 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade. By 60 or 70, this becomes a real problem. Muscle is not just for strength, it controls metabolism, balance, and even immune defense. Losing muscle means slower movement, higher risk of falls, and a weaker immune system. In fact, studies show seniors with low muscle mass are 50% more likely to end up hospitalized. The good news? You can fight back. Research proves that even light strength training, 2 to 3 times per week, can reverse muscle loss. You don't need a gym. Body weight exercises, resistance bands, or light dumbbells at home are enough. What matters is consistency. So we've covered sleep, inflammation, and muscle loss, 3 silent forces that shape how long and how well you live. But in the next part, I'll reveal the single most underestimated daily habit that protects your heart, your brain, and even your mood. Yet almost no one over 50 pays attention to it. Stay with me, because part 3 is where the real turning point comes. Have you ever noticed how people often believe that once they reach a certain age, their possibilities are limited? This mindset is one of the biggest traps. The truth is, your brain doesn't stop learning, adapting, or creating just because the calendar says you're older. In fact, research shows that new neural connections can be formed at any stage of life. But the problem is not the science, it's the belief system. If you believe you are too old, you unconsciously set barriers that prevent you from trying new things, from moving forward, and from expanding your comfort zone. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, "I wish I had done this years ago, but now it's too late"? This phrase itself is the invisible wall. But the wall is not real. It's built out of excuses, fears, and comparisons. Once you stop comparing yourself to others and start competing only with your yesterday self, the whole perspective changes. Instead of "I'm too late," the new thought becomes, "This is my time to begin." And that shift in perspective is the first step to transformation. Let's make it practical. Imagine 2 people at the age of 60. One decides to learn a new language. The other decides it's too late. A year passes. The first person can now hold a simple conversation in that new language, while the second has only deepened belief that it's impossible. The difference between them is not age, not memory, not physical capacity. It's mindset. And the same applies to health, to starting a business, to exploring a passion, or simply to changing your daily routine. Another misconception is that progress must be huge to be meaningful. Many people give up because they don't see quick results. But the reality is, small steps compound. Reading 1 page a day, walking for 10 minutes daily, learning 1 new word, or practicing a skill for 5 minutes. These micro actions build momentum, and momentum creates change. Remember, progress is not about speed, it's about direction. What I want you to take from this is very clear. The idea that it's too late is not only false, it's dangerous. It keeps you in a cycle of waiting, of watching life pass by. But every story of reinvention, every inspiring transformation you've ever heard of, began with someone who decided to start despite doubts, despite fear, despite age. So, here is the challenge for you. Choose one thing you've been postponing because you thought it was too late. It could be improving your health, learning a new skill, or even starting a project you've been dreaming about. Commit to a single, small step today. Not tomorrow, today. Because action is the only cure for hesitation. Your future self will. Thank you for every step you take now. And when you look back, you'll realize the only thing that was ever holding you back was the belief that you couldn't. The truth is, you always could.